If your military pension goes up every year, you might think you're protected from inflation. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Inflation can still shrink your buying power, and a lot of military retirees don't notice until daily life starts getting noticeably more expensive. Today, we're talking about how inflation impacts your military pension, what COLA does, and what it doesn't do, and how to protect your retirement lifestyle so your pension stays a blessing and not a stressor. Welcome back to the Adjutant. Here we break down military pay, benefits, retirement, and financial truth without the confusion, without the myths, and without the fluff, so you can make informed decisions about your career and your future. Now let's get on into it. Inflation is the gradual increase in prices over time, and the easiest way to understand this is to understand that inflation is a silent pay cut. Because if your income stays the same, but everything costs more, your purchasing power actually drops. So even if your pension check stays exactly the same amount, inflation means your pension is effectively worth less each year. Now you're probably saying, but yes, I get COLA. But here's what that really means. Military retirement pay is adjusted by annual cost of living adjustment, commonly called COLA. COLA is based on changes on consumer prices and is designed to help your retirement pay keep up with inflation. The Department of Defense, for example, explains that the adjustment is based on the change in the average consumer price index from the third quarter of the year compared to the prior year, and it becomes effective December 1st. So your pension can increase annually, but that doesn't automatically mean you're fully protected. Why? Because COLA is an inflation response, not an inflation shield. Now, here's some real-world examples of how inflation eats some buying power. Now, let's go ahead and make this painfully real. Say your pension is $3,000 per month. If inflation runs at 3% a year, then the lifestyle that costs you $3,000 a month now costs $3,090 a month. That's an extra $90 every month, over $1,000 a year just to live the same life. Now, if your COLA is around that inflation level, you might be close to even. But here's the catch. Your personal inflation rate is not the government's average inflation. Your expenses aren't the same as the basket used to measure inflation. We're going to talk about the retiree inflation problem. Your costs don't rise evenly. Now, this is where retirees get hit, and I'm one of them, so I totally understand. Because retirees often spend more heavily in categories like healthcare and prescription costs, insurance, utilities, food, and housing maintenance, and sometimes those categories rise faster than overall inflation. So you could receive a COLA increase and still feel like you're falling behind, particularly if everything else is just going out of control. What COLA was recently, so you can anchor your expectation. To ground this in reality, DFAS announced a 2.8% COLA effective December 1st of 2025, which showed up in the December 31st of 2025 payment for retirees, and January 2nd, 2026 for SBP, and that's Survivor Benefit Plans, annuitants. And for the prior year, DFAS reported a 2.5% COLA effective date of December 1st of 2024, and that's reflected in the December 31st of 2024 payment. So yes, COLA exists and it does matter, but COLA, folks, it is not magic. Now here's the myth. People say, as long as COLA happens, my lifestyle stays the same. But in real life, three things commonly break that myth. Number one, your biggest expense can rise faster than COLA. Number two, taxes can rise as your pension increases. And number three, deductions and premiums can also climb. So let's go ahead and we're going to break this down. How taxes can quietly reduce the value of your COLA. Okay? So if your pension goes up, your taxable income may go up. And depending on your total household picture, a pension, VA disability, Social Security, TSP withdrawals, other incomes, you're a retired federal worker, your COLA increase might not feel like a full increase after taxes. This is why some retirees say, I got COLA, but I didn't feel it. Because part of it can totally just disappear into taxes. Medicare premiums or other income-related costs. Then you have inflation and deductions is the double squeeze. Your pension can increase, but so can the costs that come out of it, like SBP premiums, your TRICARE costs, your dental and vision plans, allotments and insurance products, and regular bills that climb faster than your pension. So inflation can hit you in two directions. Prices go up and deductions go down, and the pension increase may not fully close the gaps. So what does COLA do well? Let's be fair, folks. COLA does three things. One, it prevents retirees from being completely left behind during inflation spikes. Number two, it provides a predictable annual adjustment structure based on inflation measures. And three, it helps maintain long purchasing power better than pensions with no inflation adjustment at all. But it still requires strategy. Now, what COLA does not do, COLA does not guarantee the same lifestyle forever, that your housing, your food, and your healthcare inflation match the CPI, which measures the use, that your net pay rises at the same rate as your gross pay, that your retirement is set and forget it. COLA is helpful adjustment, but retirement still needs management. Now let's talk about what you really can do. Here are 5 smart moves that help retirees stay ahead of inflation. Number 1, know your personal inflation rate. Track your real spending as it relates to housing, food, transportation, utilities, medical, insurance. Then compare your annual increase to your COLA, because the truth is your budget tells the truth faster than the headlines. Second move one can do to keep an inflation buffer in your plan. Many retirees run their retirement exactly too tight. Even a smaller buffer, like planning for expenses to rise faster than COLA, gives you some breathing room. Another move you can take is don't let lifestyle creep consume the COLA. A lot of retirees treat their COLA like some free money, but if inflation is why you got it, spending it automatically can actually sabotage your future. Now, a practical rule when it relates to COLA is that when COLA hits, split it. Some goes to covering rising costs, some goes to savings or investment, and some goes to quality of life. You also want to protect your housing risk. Is a smart move. Housing is one of the biggest inflation drivers for most households. If you're a retiree, fixed rate mortgages is your friend. It's variable costs that need attention. Property taxes and insurance can be stealth increases, so kind of keep an eye on that. Another smart move is have multiple income lanes. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't count on one stream. Have multiple streams of income. A pension is powerful, but a pension plus other lanes is stronger. Other lanes might include TSP and smart withdrawal plan. Just take all your money out. Part-time income or consulting. VA benefits, if applicable, whenever it's applicable. Investments designed for long-term inflation resistance. You don't need to be rich, folks. You need to be resilient. Now let's do a quick reality check. Your pension is strong, but it isn't invincible. Here's the core message. Your military pension is one of the best retirement benefits in America, but inflation can still reduce what it feels like it's worth. That's not fear, that's just math. If you understand how COLA is calculated and when it hits, you may stay intentional with your budget and strategy. You can protect your buying power and keep your retirement lifestyle strong. So what's the Adjutant takeaway? Well, inflation doesn't ask permission. It doesn't care what rank you retired at. It doesn't care how many deployments you did. So we plan for it and we beat it with clarity and strategy. So if you want to drop a comment with your retirement category, be it enlisted, officer, guard, reserve, or medically retired, and tell me whether your COLA has kept up for you personally, that would be great. And if this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with somebody who thinks COLA means inflation can't touch them. Now, before we wrap up, folks, I want to leave you with this. Information only matters if you understand it, and understanding gives you options, whether we're talking about military pay, benefits, travel, or just bigger life decisions. The goal here is always the same: clarity over confusion. Too many people move through systems they don't fully understand, and that costs them time, money, and peace of mind. My goal with this channel is to slow things down and break things apart and give you the context you need to make better decisions in your life. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know enough to ask the right questions, because that is where real leverage starts. Now again, if this video has helped you, go ahead and hit that like button so it reaches people who need it, and subscribe if you want clear, straightforward breakdowns without all the noise. I read the comments. I pay attention to what you want covered next. I treat this channel like a conversation and certainly not a lecture. Now remember this, folks, your time matters, your decisions matter, and understanding the systems you're operating in matters more than most people realize. Stay informed, stay intentional. I wish you blessings and blessings. I am the Adjutant. I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.